This is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message. Nation, what? You done know we are here once again. D2E Network, D2E family here. You done know Saturday night edition, the news and all. You done know, bro.
So like right now,
Press
there's a
that.
lot of things going on right now, a lot of hot topics. These last couple of weeks, one of the most hottest topic right now, cannot lie, is the Tory Lane situation.
Mhm.
Tory Lane's been incarcerated for like over what, almost 2 years or so,
Exclusive.
and he's been trying to, like, educate himself in prison for the last, what, 2 years, and help people also
And his
behind
album.
bars.
And dropped it.
Go on.
And after he dropped an album,
First
right,
album ever made behind.
controversial, very controversial first album, really,
Ever.
and good quality,
Yeah.
made behind bars, a whole album.
Yup.
They raided his cell. They took his stuff, what he was using, and after now, recent times, like, he's been talking about the case even behind bars, and after then, like, Meg
Yeah.
the Stallion been trying to, like, gag him, or
Okay,
accuse
John.
him of
She's walking it back. She's
Okay,
walking
man.
it back.
accuse him of
Okay, man.
harassment. But
Everybody knows the facts.
no,
there.
but then now,
not the facts, the so-called story.
yeah. So
Okay, so
the story,
yeah, check this out, guy. Yo, everyone knows that. No, but we want to get to let's just get raw down, gritty down to it. To an episode earlier, what I said before, he's not a vibes cartel. Okay, yo, I love Tory. He's Canadian and all of that, but he's a Canadian in a U.S. prison. Okay. Who told you to be recording and stuff like that? Yo, I'm telling you this straight up goods, man. You know how Americans are. Yo, all right. And what did you tell me? Who's he helping in the prison?
he was helping some prisoners, educate them, like, their rights and stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he got a guy, one man off, actually,
Right.
who was in prison for a long
Mhm.
time.
Okay.
Got a guy
Okay.
off.
Like I said again, man. I'm gonna say it once.
Oh,
again.
Canada.
Oh, Canada, bro. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Look here, man. The next man there, what we're gonna get into later
No,
on.
but I'm saying,
No, wait. Wait. Listen. The next man what we're gonna get into later on is Mr. P. Diddy.
yeah,
All right. But check this out though. He's no P. Diddy. He's no Vibes Cartel. Okay, because
Right.
check this out. When it was Christmas time, wasn't P. Diddy driving it, the motorcycle in the prison? Could he do that?
That was
No.
AI generated.
So this, the difference is, where Tory Lanez is. So Tory Lanez is in a prison where it's probably a big gang population, right?
Oh, of course,
And
man.
I'm surprised, him being a celebrity, he's in that population with the rest
Tories
of
from the streets.
no,
He is
listen,
though.
being a celebrity, because he's a big time, like, superstar, like, artist, he shouldn't even be in that population.
Yeah, he's supposed to
That's
go to
a-
PC. He didn't check in,
It's a real punishment. They're
Nah,
really trying to set him up from the beginning.
but it's only gonna help him because people love the underdog.
No, but you see what happened to him. He
Yeah,
got
but
stabbed up.
all right. Let
got
me ask you
stabbed
this
up.
question. Yo,
He's
wait,
in
wait,
jail,
wait,
man.
yo,
That's
we said this off.
That's
Wait,
what was gonna happen from day one.
No,
him
Hold-
going
hold-
to jail.
hold up,
being
hold
a
up here.
celebrity at
Wait,
his
wait,
level
hold
should not be,
hold up here, man.
What?
The thing is, what I'm trying to get at here is that he's in there, right?
Yeah.
And he got stabbed up. Wait,
Innocent man in there.
Wait, got stabbed up, right? All right. Check this out. It's easier for him to get stabbed up in there because why? There's no fellow Canadians up in
Yeah,
there.
he's a big target.
All right.
Yeah,
And I said,
100%.
wait, hold up a second. Here's
100%.
another thing we probably don't know. All right. Because of him, right? If there is any Canadians in there, one or two or three, they could be getting it too because of the
Most
rebuttal
likely.
of that.
Yeah,
Because of being Canadian in a U.S. prison, in the same prison where
Shout
he's
out
at.
to Thoroughbred, free Thoroughbred.
Right.
But look
There's
at this.
repercussions,
The
bro.
difference is, though, Tory Lanez is a high profile celebrity.
And he shouldn't have been in general pop.
Yes, he should never be in general population.
But that's not the point. The man made that decision. Okay, And I
Well,
can't blame
shit.
him for it because it's a decision you have to make. If he's gonna keep doing music at the rate he's doing music at, either you're gonna keep the streets backing you, or you're gonna go
Yeah,
Drakey
but
Poo direction.
I hear what you're saying, but the level is that you're in the prison, and not everybody feels the same
Martha
blood clot
Stewart,
way.
Bill
No,
Cosby.
yeah, but wait a minute,
in the
wait a minute,
stu- they
wait,
were-
wait, whoa, 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 whoa. But them two there, did they go in General Pop?
Yep.
They went in General Pop.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
I don't really know.
Bill
I don't
Cosby
know
sat in
about
General Pop.
I don't
fucking
know
shorty.
about
The
them
only
two being in
reason why
General
I could
Pop,
tell you they
man.
were in General Pop is because they weren't in Max prisons.
But yo, what do you think about like when like that stabbing happened to him? The amount of stabbings. Do you see like
I felt
the
it coming from
description?
time.
the description of all of it? Like like
What,
how
the 14?
how he was attacked?
Yo,
And he still
Mr.
lived.
Myrie,
And he still lived.
Kingman, real
He
talk.
lived.
We predicted this almost a year and a half ago from when he got in there and
Yeah.
Megan was running around saying he stabbed him. I came out the box, folks. I came out the box and told you what I heard.
Go on.
Okay. Now it's 18 months later. I'm right because now look, Megan's backpedaling. Okay. So back to what I said, no GSR on his hands. You have an innocent man
Yeah,
locked up
nothing
in
on his
jail.
hand.
And last but not least, no matter what the feds want to say now, the security guard told the truth to people. Check the security guard's phone
He's still
records. He
trying-
called Toronto 3 to 4 fucking minutes after, during, or whatever you want to call the process was before the first shot went off. So it's not like leaks happen, fam.
They're trying to
You're a
say that-
celebrity. Leaks happen.
They're trying to make that guy look crazy, right?
Yeah, of course, because that's why they kept him out of the fucking thing in the first place. Hence why I said from day one, when we first brought it up about Tory being locked up and being accused of shooting Megan Thee Stallion or whatever, when we first brought it up, I said, yo, I did my dirt digging. I heard from the security guard. So I find it funny that if I heard from the security guard and the cops on scene didn't speak to the security guard to have his information ready for trial or court the next morning, is weird to me. That was some weirdo shit. But what the security guard didn't know is whoever the chick, the friend there that shot Megan, whatever the fuck she said to the boy them, because her immunity has been my problem from day one for a year now. How are you immune to this situation?
That's crazy how like she's out of the picture. She's been out of the picture for a while, but she's a known character in the whole case.
And the security guard puts the weapon in her hand, her discharging the weapon, and Megan Thee Stallion away from Tory Lanez. So you can't tell me if you're a judge and jury, that doesn't sound like, okay, the bitch got mad, got in her feelings, reached for the fucking the driver's gun, and went to go shoot Megan. And Megan walked out the car.
Whose gun was it? The
It's the driver's car. It was the security guard's gun.
He didn't claim the weapon though.
He doesn't have to. He works for a security company, and he has permission because of the security company to have the gun.
But did he claim the gun? Or
They know it's the security company's gun. That's the same gun they're trying to pin on Toy that so-called got the GSR in his hands. And then when they do the test, there's no GSR in his hand. So the question really comes down to, did Megan get shot before she stepped on the glass or after she stepped on the glass? That's the question right now.
They said 3 hit off in the what? The
guard. The guard.
Hit off, or 2 hit off the floor. 3 was in the air.
No, the guard said altogether there was only 3 shots fired. That's what he said altogether. And the people that they have is reporting the truth. All 3 shots were fired before Tory was even seen with the gun. Tory was seen with the gun.
They're saying he knocked it out of her hand. That's what
I suggest you guys find those posters that I was talking about this.
After the 3 shots or so, he knocked it out of her hand and 2 ricocheted off the floor.
Okay. The bitch went and shot after her friend, and Tory saved her from the fatal shot that would have killed Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
The security guard grabbed Shorty and Tory picked up the gun. Okay? That's why there's videos with Tory with the gun in his hand waving around. But mind you, 3 bullets have already came out of that gun.
Yeah.
It's been fired. And you're still going to tell me that you tested a man's hands and there still wasn't any residue. And there should have been residue.
Yeah.
But there wasn't residue.
Of the case, I was wondering, how come there's no DNA. There's no fingerprints. There's no
because
gun
we all
powder.
know why they're stopping the Canadian youth, man. We all know why they're stopping. They don't want Tory to independently show how independently you can grow.
Mm,
They don't want that.
yeah.
Why? Like, think about it. The man was already on a run, and then he figured out a way to make everybody millionaires. And then poof, all of a sudden he's hanging around all these big celebrities. He gets some Kylie Jenner pum pum, and all of a sudden Megan Thee Stallion is shot. What the fuck?
Yo, and
Like, seriously, look at 2024 for the guy, yo. That's
the
crazy.
plot thickens because people are talking about Rock Nation. They're trying to like say that Rock Nation is behind some of this shit, like this conspiracy theories. They're gonna talk.
Do you think that, or
no, I don't,
you don't
think that. But I don't think that.
I do believe
I don't think
they
that.
take an advantage of a situation with an independent artist to make him an example. That's what I personally think. I personally think they're gonna try to make Tory Lanez an example, as in
yeah. They're trying to make him an example.
You need to sign with us label people, and your life will be full of riches and all that other shit. If you keep independent, you'll end up in jail. That's basically what they're trying to show.
What do you think about this petition thing right now? What they're doing?
I'm done with listen.
It's for Tory,
I'm done with the petitions. I'm done with the marching. What we need is exactly what Tory said from the beginning. All of us need to be up on a bag. You got to have a bag. You have to have a bag. I have to have a bag. And just like Dame Dash has been preaching for 20 years plus now, when you're down, me and him should be able to cover you to your back on your feet.
Look here,
and vice versa.
Look here, man. I'm the devil's advocate here, bro.
Okay.
A petition? Come on, bro. We're all the way here. You think they're gonna listen anything about?
There's a petition for Tory everywhere.
Yeah, the world's crying for Tory, but at the end of the day, America's
it's America.
Deport him or not deport him. That's all America cares about.
Like I said, we could hear UK, wherever. It doesn't matter around the world, nothing.
Real shit.
It comes down to the day where he's at in the USA. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Straight up. Yeah. Regardless, like it or not, hate it or love it. You get what I mean? That's the realness to this.
But right now he's like recovering. It's fucked because he's almost.
We did
like say if he died, would this evidence come out? It's like yes, it would.
No, they would sweep it underneath the table. They would sweep it underneath the table so quickly.
Try to make it look like something else.
Yeah, brother.
Like
100%.
If he passed away, they'll come out. Oh, he with this evidence that he didn't shoot the gun and shit.
Well,
then they would come out with it.
My problem from the jump is somebody's been manipulating it from the jump. Somebody, from the cops to the judge to the crown, somebody's manipulating this shit to stall it the fuck out and make it go on as long as it's going on. Because this is the longest innocence I've seen publicly. And there's like no effort by the law to check into any of the facts that would prove him innocent. That's the part that has me like, you guys are on TV every day making speeches to the people about, we're going to help Megan, we're going to help this, we're going to keep all these bad people in jail. But at the end of the day, the hardcore evidence, there's no GSR in his fucking hand. The fact that you guys are not letting the bodyguards speak, the fact that this girl got immunity the night of. These are things that should be out for the people to know.
You're right.
You see what I'm saying? But this is America, right? This is America.
Next segment, man. And it's another controversial big story once again. And we covered it before.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And
We're always ahead of the curve.
This is a rated R, people. I'm gonna warn you guys. Caution.
Caution.
Diddy's case. It started finally.
Yeah.
Right?
It's
about 5 days or so.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, man.
I had other episodes talking about it, but what do you think of it, man? And how the twist is where you think it's just like I said from the beginning, it's not just P. Diddy. I want to clarify this. Because they were making it like it was just, and I never thought it was him just doing it
but
all
man,
by himself.
It's so bad that the like you said, the husband of now with having the baby with Cassidy had to walk out of the court, bro.
Of course he had to.
He got disgusted on what he'd be hearing. You know what I'm saying? Imagine you're hearing because all right, Shawn, I'm just gonna be real with you, right? Even though they're close and all of that, right? Maybe she said, "Yo, I can't say nothing to you until we go to trial and shit." And that's when you're gonna hear everything because it's so bad that think about it. You think say she's gonna discuss that with the man like that?
She
Yes,
said she did
she
discuss
did.
it. All the stuff.
I feel bad for him because he's
She
hearing.
did.
Yeah, I feel bad for him because he has to
So
hear it the
yo,
second time in public.
so the man couldn't handle it in the first time.
No shit.
No,
Now he
man.
has to take it in public.
No, because not
So
only public, the whole bloody world knows, bro. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
I'm trying to save Cassie from another beating.
Because yo, I heard that she went back to Puff when she was with him and had sex with
Well,
Puff.
this is the crap that
She had sex with Puff when she was with him.
Listen, we just gonna be real. We are adults. Consummating a relationship is not due to sex. Consummation, like when you constitute whatever your sexual partner, if you don't have a child, then I'm sorry. It is what it is. It just is what it is. If you don't have a child with that person, I look at it as, hey, you're an adult. I'm an adult. You make a decision on your own feelings because I can't control your feelings and you can't control mine. I may have loved your pum pum, but I don't like you. You know what I mean? You may love my dick and you may not like me. But if we're real, it's no problems. It's the people who want to sit there and pretend that their dick is the magic stick and their pum pum is the tightest thing on the planet. That's where the problems come. The egos. You know what I mean?
Because like yo, in that whole in the story, right? Because everybody was just talking about Puffy like in all these different ways, but you hear that Cassie was involved, which I always said she
That's
was
why
involved.
she sued. That's why she
I
sued.
always
We
said she
talked
was
about
involved.
it, but we did say this a year ago.
that she wasn't innocent.
Yo, listen, why do you think Puff turned over so quick and gave her the money?
But he shouldn't. It doesn't make no sense.
Listen,
anymore.
he had to.
It made no sense anymore.
Okay,
Because,
let's be real. Hold on, wait. Hold on. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, King Man. We found out after the fact, as the public, that Cassie filed papers to sue Puff Daddy. We found out after the fact. So you got to take it from this point on. Cassie at some point in time moved on Puff. And then somebody approached Cassie and said, hey, this is what's going to happen to Puff. And then she looked at it like, I'm already fucked up. He has me underneath his thumb still. All right. I'm going to go and get him right now. Because no matter what, the pressure that's on him now is bigger than me. So he's not going to be able to focus on me. And that's why I think she pushed the whole Sue thing. Because she knew once it got to the public era, she has no choice. She's going to have to go on stand. You're suing him for things that are going to get him into trouble with the law.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just that simple.
How much did she get? This
she got everything she asked for.
No, but see, this is what doesn't make no sense, right?
Yeah.
Is that when when she sued him, right? If she really got that $30 million, there's in some agreement for her not to talk about it.
No.
By law.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
No, by law, there should be some agreement.
The law thinks she got $30 million.
If she did get 30
and he
million,
kept a certain amount and gave her only 12
because
he knew her crimes are softer than anybody else's crimes that would have came up against
she
him.
never got anything.
Think about it this way. If it wasn't Cassie and it was Justin Bieber who went out and said, fuck it, he got that information. He's like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going for him. Because now he's going to be under the fucking feds.
So did she get that 30 million? That's
the question is, my biggest question is, to the public, she got the 30 million, but in all reality, I could tell you got 30 million. Here's your 30 million. All y'all got to do is make the public hear you agree to that. You see what I'm saying? But if we're taking it to the standpoint from a criminal standpoint,
do you think she got that 30 million, like the $30 million?
The full 30 million? I believe if the public says she got the 30 million, the tax man thinks she got the 30 million.
Yo, Rock. If you were in a contract,
if she got the 30 million.
Why would you be talking?
If she got the
You'd
30
be breaking
million,
the law.
If she got the 30 million, she better be worried about the damn IRS.
Well, obviously.
No, but I'm saying if they're paying you to be quiet, like
no, they're not paying you to be quiet.
To not say anything, right? That's why Puffy was paid. If that's true that he paid her.
Yeah, he did pay her.
By law, she shouldn't be talking. It's breaking contract.
No, don't get the MBAs and those things twisted in this. This is simple civil that turned criminal. That's what happened. And it was going to go criminal even if it wasn't Cassidy. Say it was Nick Cannon that came out. Say it was fucking, I don't know who else has worked with Puffy way back in the day. Say it was one of the B2K kids. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else who's been involved with Puffy and Puffy violated. That's Cassie. Because they all got the information. It's not like nobody knew Puffy was doing this fuck shit. There's
but it's not just this. What's the bad thing? It's not just Puffy. Puffy's so wealthy, he doesn't have time. Like all this stuff, what they're accusing him of, it's someone who he needs to get help to do this. You have to have support for people to drive and do trafficking.
Gunshot for that. Real talk.
You're right. To airports and
you're right.
limousines.
Gunshot for that. You're right.
And after then. Who was I talking with earlier?
But this is what that what is that? The beatmaker guy was saying about him. He's like, yo, there's a ring. He gave it a title. He gave it a name. He made it very notable that it was organized. Him with
trafficking.
Well, this is the stuff that we got to worry about when you throw mud at a wall. They're throwing every charge they can throw at Puff due to the circumstances and who Puff is. So do I think Puff can stay in court for the next 50 years and laugh at these guys as they go broke trying to lock him up? Yeah. But Bill Cosby was put in a situation. Only the girls in Bill Cosby know what the truth is, or the Almighty. You get me? But at the end of the day, I don't think Puff is gonna. If Puff is in court and they're like, "Do you feel bad for anything you've done in the situation?" and he screams out, "I'm innocent." You see what I'm saying? That's the public opinion versus Puff, and this is where you'll see if Puff is a real dude or not. If he's a real stand-up dude, he's standing on business. He's standing on 10 toes. If he's gonna crack. Jay-Z's name's gonna come up, Beyonce's name's gonna come up, Ashton Kutcher's name's gonna come up, and I'm gonna tell you, just from being on the standpoint of the feds,
that's gonna make him
from the Fed side. That's what I'm saying. Coming from the Fed standpoint, you don't want a criminal that you guys have dead to right with a charge that you know you're gonna get him for 50 years.
And he's just not.
And now you got a million other people doing an OJ, and they're throwing bare evidence now. And because they're throwing bare evidence, there's a good chance some of that evidence is fake. Some of that evidence is just irrelevant. You know what I mean? So the only thing that has me looking at the whole Puff situation, like, yo, bro,
names are coming up.
His celebrity lawyer left him. That was the only thing that has me like, yo, Puff, you really, really did this shit. Simple. Because if your celebrity lawyer is looking at it like, yo, bro,
you're a lot of lawyers, man.
No. Your celebrity lawyer, the big don of your team, looked at you and said, "You innocent?" And you gave him a straight up lie, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm not defending that." And he defended other people, did worse. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I believe he's looking at it from the standpoint of mentally, Puff, you're gonna do 3 years in federal prison no matter what. You're not getting away from that 3 years, Puff.
Yeah, you might get.
That's going to happen.
You're not gonna get a long time.
I said that from the beginning. They might be fighting for 50 years, but they get him for 15.
The bottom line is.
That's what I'm thinking.
The bottom line is. All right.
And he has the money to get it to 5.
Let me just say this. The bottom line is they denied him bail from before. Not true?
For the charges he got, they didn't even give him bail.
Okay. But the bottom line is why I'm bringing up this is because if that's all the case, for sure they have something on him. To hold him. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You
for
get
sure.
what I'm saying? And to be denied bail on top of that.
Yeah.
So something is really more than it meets the eye.
100%.
Than this. You get what I'm saying?
100%.
What the public doesn't know as yet.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying right there.
Because right now a lot of nasty stuff came out, and his team is willing to expose themselves by
they want to get all of that out of the way,
by being honest, because
they want to get it all out of the way.
It exposed Cassie, eh?
Like I said, Shawn. Listen.
She's a freak.
Listen here, man. Listen here. Lawyer teams go together so that they form a formula how they're gonna deal with this.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
So they want to get the gritty out of the way so they could get like an incision, like a surgery. They want to get down into it afterwards. Do you follow me? Yeah. So that's what they're doing right now. Let's get all of this foolishness out of the way because we don't want to bring it up later. Let's get this down now. Mm-hmm. You get me? Because when it gets really serious on what they really want to talk about, that's when we're gonna be back on here again.
Well, you
You know what I mean?
know about this story, because
Yeah.
I know about this story too, and I don't know if Rock knows about the story, the Burkina Faso.
Oh, that's my Jude, man. I've been on that guy for 2.5 years, yo. I seen him coming through. Oh, he's a G.
Captain Africa is
Yep, that's what he's being called in
Oh,
America.
Mr.
Captain Op, Captain
Af-
Africa, Captain
Africa.
Op, Captain Africa,
Yo,
bro. That's
yo,
crazy.
on the real, man. Like,
Captain Op, bro.
on the real.
He's like
Yeah.
the biggest
So
op
what
for them right
what
now.
I'm loving about it so far, like
Everything.
around the world right now, is
Everything.
recognizing and giving their support for the man and everything. You know what I mean?
Salute to that
Like,
man.
there's even peeps are saying, "Yo, anything happen to this boy? Yeah,
Yo.
how are
Do
you
they know?
going?"
Do
Yeah.
people really know what's going on?
Yo,
Why?
truthfully, people don't
Yo,
want to
did you
know.
s-
They
did-
just
yo,
need a leader
did you-
right
did
now.
you
That's
see
the
what he
problem.
said?
That's why I did my research,
did you
yo.
see what he
2
said?
years now I've been bucking on that guy.
Yeah.
Did you see what he said? The commenting to the U.S. General over there, the black man?
Ibrahim Traore. Yeah.
Treor.
Yeah, it
Treor.
was jokes, you know.
Treor.
That was you seen what he said, right?
Yeah. Listen, the end of the day, he's been rebuttaling the same shit that we've been rebuttaling without power for years. So kudos to that man. The fact that he's rubbed so many Americans wrong that they call him Captain Africa, that the young generation calls him Captain Op, bro.
Put it this way, man. Put it this way, man. They're not gonna do my boy they like how they did Gaddafi. You
Nah, man.
know? No, stop.
They're not
No,
catching
it's
him that
different
way.
because there's
They went-
there's two other countries. I don't really know I don't know their names.
Yeah.
Other leaders who are with him.
Oh, well,
The
You have the
the-
support.
yeah, the
if
two
if you wanna, if we wanna go back to what
But you know what they're
bringing
gonna
him
try
up,
to do, you know. You know what they're gonna try
they're
to do.
gonna
you
try
know?
to kill him, of
No,
course.
no, no, no. You
well,
know
they
how,
already
but
been trying to
you
kill
know
him
how
anyway.
though,
Yeah,
right?
his last attempt was Thursday that just went by.
But you
That's
know-
how much you know the boys checking up on him.
but you
Thursday
know, but
that
you
just
know how
went
they're
by.
gonna do it. Get them own people to do it.
Nah, they can't.
No, but
They can
yeah,
try.
no, but I'm telling you, that's how they're gonna try to do it.
And they can try. but
Come on now, let's just get real
It's
here.
gonna fail.
Let's get real here. You think
Yeah.
foreigner could come in their territory and attempt?
It
deal with
depends
it?
when the foreigner comes in.
Eh?
Remember, this fucking Turtle Island was built a certain way. So let's just keep the same. So let's
Listen
keep
here,
it this
man.
way.
Listen
He's
here,
a
man.
soldier, not a politician.
Exactly.
Okay,
So like I
so
said again,
you got a bunch of
you're-
politicians.
Like I said, you're a foreigner. You're gonna be coming into his terrain, what he knows.
Ah,
All right, then be my guest. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
less bodies for me to worry about.
Be
That's all.
my
Let
guest.
go and sort them out. That's all I'm saying.
So yo, I want to ask you guys right now.
Been messing with the man for like 2 years now,
Have you
fam.
heard about the Jada Kiss and Fat Joe?
Oh yeah,
podcast?
yeah, yeah. They just started,
I
right?
just heard about that
What do you
recently.
think about the Jada Kiss Fat Joe podcast right now?
on the
For, like, content.
with you, yo, they could do it because they got the names. They have the names. They have the names.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
let's get more down to it. Look at Drink Champs, right?
Oh God.
Yeah.
They got almost to anybody, right? Who is old school or whatnot, right?
Okay.
Am I true? Because who is hosting it, right?
Hip hop is a hip hop
Okay,
artist.
but wait,
And,
but
I
wait,
don't know, the
wait,
other
wait
guy's a
for it
DJ.
though. Wait for it though. No, you got Fat Joe
Been
and you got
podcasting
Jadakiss.
from the streets.
All right.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Those two alone are bigger than Nori,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Fat Joe and
Correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah.
Okay, all right now. So that means they're so connected into the industry that they could get probably anybody on their show afterwards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right then. So you were telling me about something about Lord Jamal earlier, right?
Been caught.
Right? Right? That
podcasting.
he be on Fat Joe or whatever before, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now Fat Joe, just like any Americans are like, okay, you want to go on and talk and all of that? You don't think I could do what you could do? All right, then check this out. I'm bigger than you. I'm gonna get another co-host who's bigger than you, right? And I'm gonna do this. You get what I'm saying? So don't
Are
get me
you
wrong.
saying
All respect to
you
Lord
saying
Jamal.
it's
I
beef
love
back and
Lord
forth
Jamal.
between them
I
guys?
love Lord Jamal and everything.
Lord Jamar and Fat Joe, they
Yeah.
had a beef for a while, yo.
Yeah,
Going
Okay.
on.
but like I'm saying, I
Because of
love.
the hip hop,
like I said,
conversation.
I love.
Oh, the
Lord.
hip hop with Latino people that help build. Okay.
Him using the N word.
Oh, with Joe, you listen. Okay, that's you know what? We're gonna sit down one day and do a pod, me and you, about this N-word shit. And we have to invite a white rapper onto the fucking thing. But anyways, let me get to the main point. My main point with the original statement of what you're bringing up with Fat Joe and Jadakiss doing a podcast right now.
Yeah.
I don't see it evolving to like a Wendy Williams type of energy. I kind of see it like it's just gonna stay independent, and there's nothing wrong with that. And even if they do turn into a drink champ level of our culture acceptance, then cool. I rate Jada. You get me? Like I rate him from the streets, no problem. I respect Fat Joe's street credibility, just like how Cuban Link says. I could respect a man who's a man. And then if I have a personal beef with that man, I'm not expecting another man to defend my beef with that said man. That is just common sense, I would believe. But
look here, man. Look.
So-
You said their beef been going on for a while, right?
who? Which one? Which one?
No. Shawn told me that their beef has been going on for a while. Fat Joe and them and him, right?
Yeah.
So, like I'm saying, instead of going off and going back and forth, no, like I told you, the man said, "Yo, fuck it, I'm gonna do what you're doing. You're on the thing, podcasting it on a whatever. I'm gonna do it on a bigger scale than you.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Not true?
You're
They have
right.
a big
You're
time
right.
studio,
Right.
and they're both big time.
Right.
So they're gonna do it big time, bigger than him. Not true?
Yeah.
I'm just being real here.
I agree with that. But here's the problem with the internet. The internet always wins. The internet always wins. Nobody has defeated the internet yet. Nobody. The people that I rate are the people who stand on their 10 toes. Period.
Look, they don't defeat the internet, but they know how to deal with the internet. It's like
nah, man.
No. Look.
Joe Button started this podcasting world for the hip hop industry for me. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the Matrix, man. Only
Okay.
certain peeps know how to bend the rules in the Matrix because they've already been unplugged.
I don't give a shit.
You get what I'm saying?
I look at it like this. I can look at Jadakiss in his eyes and be like, yeah, I know you're not on that fuck shit that Diddy was on. But can I say that for Joe? And Joe's from the same fucking streets.
Mm-hmm.
There's my fucking problem with him being a podcaster, period. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to watch your fucking pod. I know you fucking with fucking Diddy. And then now, whatever fucking beef you have with Lord Jamal, no disrespect to you, Lord Jamal, but you're not a podcaster. You're a fucking rapper. You having a beef with this rapper?
He's retired, man. Of course, he's a podcaster. He's not a rapper no more.
Again, he's more famous as a rapper than a podcaster. So again, let's get back to where we're trying to get to.
Hold on. Wait. You're talking about this new gen?
I'm talking about right now what Kingman is saying.
We're right now.
What's relevant?
A lot of people don't know this that man as a rapper. They don't know him as a rapper nowadays. This new gen. Come on now, you have to come on.
They don't know he exists.
No,
that's what I could say. This new gen.
How Lord Jamal got attention back again is going on Vlad. And anybody who goes on
that
Vlad,
is true.
And then when did his podcast come after? Vlad.
After
Thank
Vlad,
you. So
after he broke up with Vlad, he done his pod.
So
he was blabbing a lot on Vlad.
So,
but that's what brought him back, into the light.
Let's not dim the lights for the YouTubers and podcasters and real journalist people out there. Let's not dim it down for them. Let's keep it on the level we're on. We're talking hip hop here. We're talking real bar for bar. This is Jadakiss. His fan base alone will come and cover Fat Joe's inadequacies.
Okay, all right. Since you brought bar,
thank you.
Okay, since you brought bar for bar from his family there, you were mentioning Styles P and Jim Jones.
Yeah, Styles P and Jim Jones.
Right?
You heard about that?
I heard that.
That goes back. It's saying I think when they're talking about catalogs first, I think they're saying Jim Jones is saying that whose catalog would you compare yourself to or something like that, and he's saying someone brought up Styles P or something.
Well,
He says, "Oh, Styles P doesn't have a catalog like me. He
look,
doesn't have a catalog like
look.
me. He's good, but he doesn't have,
Everybody who
he doesn't have hits
defends
like me."
this
But
argument,
yo,
I don't
you
know,
what
man.
happened, though,
I don't
recently.
I don't know how to defend an argument of that. It's the same thing as going up against Drake in any category. He can do all the other categories. You may be great at hip
Yo,
hop,
man. Listen here,
but
man.
your opponent is pop,
Could I-
jazz,
could I-
reggae,
Could I
soca,
could I intervene here? Could I intervene here?
and he'll pay an artist to be on the bag.
Could I
Come
just
on,
intervene here?
Go ahead.
I like to say this.
go ahead.
Versus, okay?
Yeah,
All right. Now check this out.
yeah,
You're with your mans, them who is not a group,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Aren't they supposed to hype you up more?
True. Facts.
No, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah,
No, I just want to know.
yeah,
Right, Shawn?
Yeah.
Right.
yeah.
Okay, so that means your game should be even up more a notch.
Big
true?
facts.
Okay,
Big
so
facts.
now when we watch versus,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, the other mans them were there to support, but they could have just sit back and just Jadakiss just roast them on the blood clot mic and done. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm
Facts,
saying is
facts,
this.
facts, big facts.
What I'm saying is this. Now you're beefing with Styles P, and you couldn't even do it at versus with your boys, who is your group,
Baller.
and you wanna with him? Come on, bro. Come on, man. This is ridiculous, man.
Salute
This
to
is
Mace.
ridiculous, man. Think about it. Oh, you brought up another one there, Mace and Cameron, right?
Listen,
You know what I mean?
are we
Like,
talking hip hop or are we talking
all right,
family
of course-
politics?
No, we're talking hip hop and whatever. But on the real, on the real, those two are more clowning on their thing to me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
They're more clowning to me.
Yo,
Aren't they or not?
did we not just big up Jadakiss and Fat Joe for having a podcast?
Yes.
Okay, so salute to fucking Cam, who's been doing his
Yeah,
fleet
bless
top.
up, yeah,
I'm
they
not,
had
I'm
their own
not
shit already.
dissing.
Cam's been doing
I'm not
that.
dissing.
With
But
me.
I
the
know
thing
you're
is-
not dissing,
But the thing is, I want to see right now, them two just started up. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt, right? To do it their way, and I'm hoping they do it right. You get what I'm
and
saying?
if they're on another 50 years on the internet, then boo. If they end up getting a network of their own, then that's blessed. Like, remember 50 Cent just bought a network, and then fucking Cat Williams bought a network, and then there's like, bro, there's a good chance in the next 15 years our youths in 30 years are gonna look at the world different than us completely. I believe right now, hey, Jadakiss alone can stand and do a podcast by himself. 100%.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
That's no doubt.
He could do it by
Okay.
himself. But Fat Joe probably just
He's
pushed
been
it.
podding this shit. Remember when COVID came, he's one of those guys that was
You know
still
what?
talking.
Point taken. Fat Joe
Yeah.
is just pushing him to have his support upon that because of the fact that
He knows Puffy.
well, that too, but I wasn't even going to that.
I don't
Yeah,
even think
because
Pun would be
I'm
fucking with
just
Puffy
going
like that.
because
Real
he's
shit.
the perfect man and he's black. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because look here. You have a beef with a black man, right?
Yeah, you have
So
beef with a black
check this
man.
Check this out.
So you gotta be
I'm-
friends with
You
another.
gotta be good friends with a black man who is hype in the game,
Yep.
right?
Okay.
Respected in the
Okay.
game.
Okay, so we're all
Right?
in agreement here then. Jadakiss can stand on his own if he wanted to do a
Yeah,
podcast.
of course.
All right.
You don't need no Fat Joe.
Okay. I team agree with
Fat
that.
Joe's needs him.
Thank you.
But it makes it more interesting because they have stories together.
Well,
Exactly.
That's why I was
Obviously.
talking with my brother earlier.
Obviously, like,
These guys have industry stories
but
of
that would
artists
but that would be
and
like 50 talking right now.
Situations.
Say 50 really took his this is 50 serious and said,
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna give you guys a segment every day at this time, steady, like when he was dissing
And-
Ross.
but check this out.
Come on, yo,
But
it's
check
the
this
same
out.
equivalent.
You know what you just said there? That can be possible because 50 has a studio now.
Oh my God, are we giving more gems to the world again?
Yeah,
what is wrong with us? Huh?
So,
What is wrong with us?
Big ass studio. You telling me saying can't give them some?
We
space?
told the world that Tory Lanez was innocent from day one.
Yeah.
Okay, we did that. Nobody else.
No
I
one in
seen.
Toronto, especially
Everybody
in Toronto.
else is dick riding in
Yeah.
my eyes right now when it comes to Tory. I don't give a
A lot
fuck.
of people thought he was guilty. Said he was guilty.
Even you know what?
Yeah, I know what? Yeah.
We said he was free. It's almost 2 years
Yeah.
later,
Everybody
and
jumped
now
on the
everybody's
bandwagon.
jumping on the
We
thing.
went
So
on it before.
moving on. Hold
Billy
on.
called that out.
Hold on. What you say? What you say again? This whole Diddy situation.
Yeah.
What
I,
about it?
I
Good.
think we are the only podcast that
Yeah.
waited
Yeah.
for everybody else to get on the trend to
Yeah.
Puffy.
Yeah.
Because when we licked Puffy, you were the first to lick it. And we haven't went back to our correspondent, our host, since he hit it. How long ago? Almost a year ago since Puffy was it September 24th? Him get jammed up. I think my brother hit up before August, I remember, and I've been sharing that. So I have to wonder what our so-called peers, because I'm rookie. I just got into this YouTubing and podding, so don't expect me to be no expert 7-10 years deep like certain man's them. But I could tell you if I am around that long, I'm a problem.
I see.
Yeah. Right now,
The mic, babe. Yeah, man, we got you locked in.
besides what's going on with P Diddy,
Oh yes, we predicted that. We pretty much said this because he's stalling out. And last but not least, you also brought up what's going on between Jadakiss and Fat Joe teaming up for a podcast.
yeah, it'll bring up a lot of stories what people want to hear. Like
It seems like we have from the studio audience there has a comment or a question to say.
So I just wanted to bring up in regards to the whole.
Yo, that's just the fam chiming in, yo. It is what it is. They can't hear nothing still, but it is what it is. People chiming in.
Let's what she's saying. Go ahead.
Hi. So I wanted to ask a question here in regards to make a statement in regards to the whole Diddy situation with regards to Jay-Z.
Okay.
So
Mr. Jigga.
Mr. Jigga Man. How you guys think that's gonna go down with him? Because right now, my perspective is I feel like he's gonna throw his bitch under the bus.
But he covered up himself recently.
Man, Jigga Man is smart.
Yeah, you know what? I was always we had that.
He's a
debate,
Brooklynite.
but he
Brooklyn!
survived that
So,
thing with
Marcy.
the lawyer. That lawyer, who had those
Yes.
100, lines.
Yes.
Look here,
He
man.
called him out, and after then he made him lose his license, some license in some states.
Okay.
And all those people, because he was tying Puffy and Jay-Z
together.
A lot of those cases with Puffy were dropped. A
Oh.
lot of people don't know. A lot of those hundreds of cases were all dropped because Jay-Z had to help in a way.
No, look.
And
Jay-Z has to help him to help himself.
Right.
Jigga Man, look here. One thing I know about Jigga Man.
You know that, yeah.
Jigga Man, you have to watch Jigga Man, Yo, look
Yeah,
here,
he's a
yo.
savage. He's a
Listen here, man.
Sagittarius, y'all.
Look here,
He's a
man.
savage.
Look here, man. You know this too. This guy back in the day got away. Bro, you know that. He was in trouble with the law. Yo.
Ding, ding,
Okay,
ding, ding,
all right.
ding, ding, ding,
So
ding,
let me
ding,
ask you
ding,
this
ding,
question
ding,
now.
ding,
Let me ask you.
ding.
Here's the good question here. Since that happened, right? Since that happened, did Jigga Man ever get in trouble with anything with the authorities or the law afterwards?
No.
Hmm?
No. This is
Correct
like,
me if I'm wrong.
This is the first over. It's been over how many
Compare
years?
like from the now getting
Yeah.
some in whatever with court and shit. But may I say from them time there till now, never. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Because he know the not getting nothing whatever and shit. He's more about corporate now.
Mhm.
Because remember, he was a hustler before,
Yes.
You don't know.
Made that lawyer look bad.
Yeah.
That same lawyer someone else is using now. Forgot.
I think it was Johnny Depp's lawyer.
Ah.
It was Johnny Depp's
Busby?
lawyer.
For real?
Busby, no,
Busby
Busby's a different. That's the guy that Jay-Z kind of messed up.
Yeah,
like
Yeah, Busby.
Busby taking a beating right now.
Yeah, and Busby's the one
He's
who
taking a beating.
What's the name? Shannon Sharp. You know that girl, the girl for
for Shannon Sharp.
who's
Yeah.
going after. She's
Okay.
using him, but in the defense of Shannon Sharp, that guy's a corrupt lawyer. He's a guy who has a bad record already.
Yeah, I
He's
hear
been
it.
exposed by Jay-Z. So Puffy, a lot of the charges, what you keep seeing coming out,
It's
is not
already
going
withdrawn.
nowhere. Yeah,
Well,
and some of that because a lot of them are made up.
I got a different spin on the whole scenario with Jay-Z on that, because to me, I think it's other Jigga's gonna get to the point where he's gonna have to pull his gangster card, or
Brian already did. That's why he's
eh,
not in no case.
here, man. Look here, man.
or
Look here, man.
sacrifice the wife.
Listen here, man.
Oh,
He
shit.
already did blood sacrifice already, bro.
Yeah.
Listen here, man. And the thing is,
Uh,
and the thing is, man,
got that right.
check this out,
Yo,
man.
shout out to Kitty, right?
Listen here, man.
I hope your show
I'm
went
gonna
well, hun.
Look. If you haven't watched Jigga Man for the last couple of years, you haven't learned anything. Okay? Listen here, man. He's a smart motherfucker.
He's a
Okay?
savage.
Listen here, man.
But
When it comes
he's in
down
a corner,
to his
though.
money and thing like that, you think say he's gonna give up his empire for without a fight?
No.
Yo, listen here, man. Check this out. When he was the president of the Def Jam there, right? He made his deal, right? He said, yo, part of the deal is what the masters, you know that, right? Why do you think it's in the blood clot museum now and shit? Huh? You think say it was just gonna go so? No, sir. Him say, yo, I do what I gotta do and make sure this goes down, or you're gonna get clowned. Yo, bro, check this out. This guy's been doing too much moves like chess moves, bro. You think say he's gonna make this guy Shawn Puffy Combs bring him down his empire? You'll burn him before anything. So if he has to help him a certain way to get by, it's like this. You heard this saying. In order to win the war, you gotta burn the village. Not true?
True.
Okay, so yo, if he has to burn some villages to make a road, he will do that. Okay? Jigga Man does not care. Yo, listen here, man. From the time I seen him on 60 Minutes, the first rapper on 60 Minutes. Yo, they asked him that
Gunshot
one
for that, yo.
question.
Yo, can we get a gunshot for that? First
They-
rapper on 60 Minutes.
They asked him that one question. That's when I said, there we go. There we go. He's the ultimate hustler, because after that, he came up with the book.
Yeah.
Yo, they asked him, yo, Jay-Z, is it true that you shot your brother? Hey, I'm not here for that. I'm not here to talk about that. You know what I mean? Yo, straight up, that's what he said. And guess what? A couple of years later, come up with the book. So, yo, they had to pay him for 60 minutes. Not true?
Yeah.
So, yo, they pay him for 60 minutes. And then after 60 minutes, yo, you know what? He asked me that question. And I held back. Oh, it's
I'm gonna put it in the
juicy,
book.
my book.
I'm gonna put it in the
Yo,
book.
the man is the ultimate hustler, bro. When I seen that. So when I seen that, that means say you can't screw with this guy when it comes to even lawful things and all that. Remember, he already got in trouble with the law before, and he was already a hustler before that. Why you think he's tired of driving? He already drove all across North America already, be hustling.
So I got another question. Now we're on the topic of Jay-Z.
Philly.
Is Jay-Z still part of Rockefeller?
No. Listen to me.
That got sold away.
Let's not jeopardize
That's why he
anything
started
going
Rock
fucking
Nation.
forward.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why he got
wait.
Rock Nation.
Let's not go and jeopardize nothing forward. Let's keep it simple like this. All right. Jay-Z is an entity as the other entities that helped build that billionaire. Okay. And out of respect to all entities in that part, when we talk about them going forward, we're talking about going forward, not dwelling on
you want
anything.
me to say one more thing about Jay?
I
Jay's the type
don't
of
want
man
to talk
like
about
this.
that guy.
Jay's like the type of man like this.
Shit.
Talk about the Illuminati and all this shit and everything, right? And all of that, right? I look at Jay like this. The devil's right there. It's like, yo, you're bitten on the seat too long, nigga. Get the fuck off my chair, because thank you. It's nice and warm. You know what I mean? But now I'm taking over, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You're going to hell. You know what I mean? That's how I look at Jay. Jay don't give a rat's ass. If he has to burn you, he's gonna burn you.
Right.
If he has to sacrifice you, he's gonna sacrifice you.
Okay.
He's gonna do it.
I gotta work backwards for everybody here. When Jay-Z married Beyonce, I was like, oh man, we fucked. When Jay-Z didn't back up Beanie Siegel or Cameron being the time era at that timing, that was some fuck shit.
Brother,
when he stabbed
that's another
he stabbed
episode
Dame
that
Dash in the
you
back,
want me to
that's
go
some
more
fuck
into
shit.
that shit?
And last but not least, when he turned around and made Ja Rule
Man,
rich.
he's done a lot of shit.
So
Rich.
there you go. So you agree
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I'm not agreeing with nothing that's present with that guy. I'm not associating our brand
Yo, from
and
what
our
I've
thing
known
with
from the
that dude.
past, this guy will do
I'm not
what he gotta
associating.
do.
I'm not. See, I am not associating. Our
He's
brand.
going to do what he's gonna do. That's all I
No,
gotta say.
I'm not associating that brand with his name going forward. At the end of the
Gonna
day,
do what
he
he's
did
gonna
enough
do.
dirt that showed me from history. He's yeah. Again, I don't even want to bother with it.
Savage. Like
Yo,
I said,
man,
he's a
I don't even
savage.
want to
Listen
bother
here,
it.
man. Listen
I'm a
here, man.
street dude,
Listen
yo.
here, man.
I am not an industry guy, yo. I'm a street dude. So
Listen here.
like,
You
fuck
said
that
street.
guy.
You said street dude, right?
Fuck
All right.
that guy.
Yo, check
He
this
doesn't
out.
have a code,
Yo,
yo.
from when I saw that picture with Freeway at the end of it, and they edited him out of the thing, I went, yo, bro. This guy is a real savage.
He
star.
did the French
You know what I'm
Montana.
saying?
Yup.
He's done it
This
to
guy's a
Nori.
real savage, though.
This
No,
guy,
but
yo,
he
he's
gets
done.
it edited
but
out.
no,
Yeah,
no,
he edit
What?
niggas out, yo.
but the thing is, but wait.
He's
What-
done it. Like
what-
he
what-
has
no,
enough
but-
victims,
no,
yo.
No, I know what you're saying, but at the time,
Stop this.
but the time though,
The timing, yeah.
the timing at state property,
Oh,
part of the rock,
Thank you.
and you have him out of the picture, bro. What's up with that?
Right?
What's up with that?
Right?
Yo,
Yeah? What you have
yo.
to say about that, Sean?
yo, that's some
Crazy.
sneaky
What you have to say
shit.
about that?
That's
Or
some
the
You
sneaky-
see all them
and that-
corporates are in
yeah.
front there, and you see him at the end. Yo, cut that nigga out. You know what I'm saying?
Like, wow.
Because you
Straight
guys
up.
brought up Tory earlier.
Yeah, we did.
Yes,
and I
sir,
said,
we did.
you know, you guys said that Megan was dick riding and shit.
No,
Or
I didn't say that.
Sorry, not Megan. My bad. That everybody was dick riding Tory.
Now, yeah, we're saying right now,
Right?
currently,
Now,
everybody's
if
dick
you
riding
were a
Tory.
real Tory fan,
Yeah.
you knew that that nigga was innocent. I knew from day one
Yep.
because, first of all, the story of how that went down was basically they were at a party.
Oh, we just went through that before you came through the door.
Oh,
Legitimately.
Oh.
We went through that. So
okay,
don't mean to.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So
No, but it's good for you to say it over. Recap
Okay.
it.
Yeah. Fine. Let her
Okay.
All right. Sorry.
so
my
I'll
bad.
reiterate
Yeah.
what was said. So yeah, the story was that they were at a party. Megan and him had been fucking.
No doubt.
She doubted. Sorry,
Somebody
she came
rocking,
out
knocking some boots.
and said in her biography
Give me
that it
some
actually
good
only happened
love.
one time. Like, come on now,
Yeah,
Come
that's a
on.
lie.
come on.
One
that's
time,
a big lie.
One time.
Big
no,
lie.
no, big lies.
One time.
You been fucking a nigga. Then the nigga took interest in your bestie.
Uh-huh.
He was already
You got
fucking the bestie.
jealous. You got jealous.
He was already fucking
And
the
you and your
bestie.
best friend started fighting in the back seat. She pulled out her gat and popped you right in your foot and said, "Bitch, sit down, be humble." Now you turned around and this was your lit back is to put an innocent black man in jail.
Almost someone.
I lied
To
to
me-
keep us
to
free.
me, to me, it's a little different, but from the past when Tupac got in trouble with that rape case. You know what I'm
Look,
saying?
yo,
Yes.
where was Megan then?
You know what I'm saying? Because on the
Megan
real-
wasn't even in the picture.
Was she born?
I don't think. No.
So, like, again, Pac went through it as okay. Here's my opinion on hip hop. We do not control hip hop. We lost control of hip hop at some point in time between the 90s into the early 2010. Somewhere around there, we lost full control. We have no clubs. We ain't got no fucking people representing hip hop for the general pop. They don't. What we have is Biden celebrities and what we call a culture vultures now, because I can start pointing them a lot. I'm pointing them out.
Oh, I know a few.
So
But yeah,
how do we change the system of hip hop so it has a better appeal going forward, guys?
First of all,
You gotta start with
hip
youths.
hop.
We have
to
people
make
even-
it, people realize it's a culture. And it's not just a thing.
Yeah, but the thing
What
is,
Let
for
him
the-
finish.
Go on.
they can't. We have to make people realize it's more than just the music.
Yeah, it's
and,
everything.
more than just like the fashion.
Yeah, man.
They
It's
have to
everything.
make it that hip hop was something to bring people together, to make art, to communicate.
Yeah.
And even though a lot of it nowadays they're associated with negative shit, it's real life, it's reality. That's
Be
what hip hop's
associated
supposed to
with
be.
the negative shit.
Reality, telling the stories of different
Struggle.
struggles.
The reason
struggles,
why
yeah.
they is
Now it's confusing people because of the commercial aspect of it, where people started to
Yes.
benefit off of it for sex.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
And these
but
people are not in the
selling
streets.
other products.
yeah, but
You get
you
what I
but you
mean? Like-
forget during the time of hip hop, the evolution started when
Yeah.
hip hop. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong, man. When things started saying like, "Oh, you sold out,"
Hmm.
commercial rap,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all of this,
That
right?
was still strong.
Correct,
That
correct
was
me if I'm wrong.
That was
That's
still
when
strong in the
that's
90s.
when it
Yep.
started for
That was
me.
still
I don't
strong in
know
the
about
90s, though.
Yeah.
and then from there, the ones them who are not in the culture, like the A&Rs, the so-called whoever behind the music,
Yeah.
they're
yeah,
telling you this is how it goes and all of that. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's kind of
Straight
funny.
up good.
And that's what screwed up a lot
That's
of the
what
music business.
screwed up the business a lot. And then after from there, right? Correct
Yeah.
me if I'm wrong now, right?
Yeah.
Before the clouting started, the
Yeah.
evolution of the clouting, um, I use C4 for a good example. Yo, you gotta get in trouble with the law. You gotta, you gotta make something on your name and stuff like that. What do you mean? I'm not in trouble. No, you're going to have to
Make
you
a character.
you gotta make a character of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's when that clout shit started. Evolution started with trap and all of that, the mumble and everything like that. Because why I'm saying that? Because when that's all started, hip hop police already was there, and they said, "Oh, yo, we got even some more better shit
Yo,
than
drill
before."
music. I done
Because they're ratting on each other
yo,
now.
That drill
You know
music.
what I mean?
I talked about it sometimes. That's the best form of hip hop the police love, because
oh yeah, oh yeah,
they're just telling on themselves all through the art form of the music,
yeah, yep.
right?
That drill music is basically subliminals are set in every line,
Yeah, so
and you're
subliminals
basically,
against each
here
other.
I am, officer, come and arrest me.
Yeah.
Yo, man, all I
Right.
gotta say is, where did we go from no snitching to snitching
Because like you said, it's about
in
clout.
the music?
It's about clout, right?
Okay.
So I gotta do something to be relevant. So you snitch, but I didn't snitch. What do you mean you didn't snitch?
But listen,
You
we
said
gotta
it, but you didn't say it. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
we gotta clarify snitch, because the definition people use it, there's informant, there's snitch, and there's a rat.
Oh
And
boy.
the difference with the snitch I'm hearing,
You're
has
dry
to do with-
snitching. You dry
the
snitching.
snitching has to do with more gangster business.
You
When-
dry
you
snitching.
get that's what I'm hearing, that the
okay.
snitching is really
We're gonna
associated with the gangster shit.
we're gonna leave that
Right?
for
Correct me if
another
I'm wrong. The
another
snitching-
pod. We're gonna leave that for another
It's
pod.
supposed to be connected with like people who are doing illegal stuff.
Another.
Informant now is somebody who maybe doesn't even have to be
An
have-
informer basically works
in-
for the boy them.
Yeah, doesn't have to have anything illegal on them, like for the police. They're
Yeah,
just informing to maybe get over you. Like, I'm another gangster,
yeah.
and I want that gangster out, so I'm gonna tell the police what that gangster
To
is doing.
eliminate your
They-
competition.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And-
and then there's the rat. The rat does all type of dirty shit. Like, they'll sell out their mother and stuff like that. And like, they'll set up people
Yes.
to so they won't get caught. And sometimes the police can't get the rat.
This is
There's
101
two different
education.
type of rat.
Rat trap.
The rat is so good that not even the police could get him.
So we're not going to stick on this. We're going to save that for another pod. We're going to stick on the major topics of hand. Because to me right now, that's one hot, spicy topic. Some meatballs in that one.
Well.
No diddy. Yeah, so I want to go. If we're going to have that conversation, yeah, at least I want to.
Oh wait, let me
mentally
ask you,
prepared.
because we are in the podcast world, and I want to ask you, because I've been covering this for a while, and this is what's changing a big landscape of how people do media now. You heard about that no jumper indictment thing? What a whole bunch of Crips, rolling 60 Crips from LA, they got locked up from the FBI RICO case.
Yeah.
First major RICO case against the Crips. And the no jumper thing, you know, Adam 22, right?
Yeah.
I was saying that he amplified, like, you can't stop the guys from what they're saying, but I was saying that he's the one who brought the attention to all these guys who come on his show, talk the shit, and get these police to look
into. Hold on, wait.
I think there's a cleaning going, a cleansing happening in the U.S. because didn't you tell me that Mr. Their president there went after the cartels?
Trump. Yeah, he
he's
went after
deporting
cartels.
everybody.
Deported a whole bunch.
So no, why I bring that up is look, besides them, right? Okay, let's start with the organized crimes, and then after that, let's start with the gangs afterwards. You get what I'm saying? Like he's trying to be more patriotic.
So it's not a good time to be a gang.
You know what I'm
or
saying?
anybody who's doing something.
Especially if he's being gun ho on being
coming to
patriotic.
collect the tariffs even from the gangs too. Collecting so much tariffs even the gangs are feeling it, yo. Because remember, this guy Big U, they locked up. He was running the Crips for like 15. They're saying 15 years he was running like a mafia style organization.
Nipsey Hussle.
Oh, he's involved in him.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah.
That's the first and foremost. That's what I just want to say out loud on behalf of my team and correspondents.
The bottom line is because you brought up that and you brought up that, right? To me, I think there's a cleansing happening.
Yeah, something's going on.
Yeah, because if you're going after the cartel and then after you're going after the gang, them, what does that sound like to you?
Yeah, that does sound like
because
you're doing a cleanup.
Because I'm not saying they weren't doing it before, but it seemed like
it's true.
More hardcore.
It's harder
because there've been past presidents. They didn't went hardcore like that.
You're right. If you lock up a lot of the cartel, a big percentage of cartel members, it's gonna dig up the other.
Yeah, but people. Another ripple effect is this, though, Shawn. Let me ask you this. All right, let's say New World Order, and they say fuck this shit. Everybody, that's it. Everybody who's organized crime and all that. So, what big crimes are gonna happen in America now? Little crimes are going to be big crimes now. Think about it. What I'm saying, if it's all eliminated, it's all gone, right? What now?
Okay.
What the police force gonna do?
It's just like him trying to bring, it's like him trying to bring back segregation. Also, he's trying to bring back segregation where
there's always going to be a ripple effect. There's always going to be a ripple effect.
Are you asking about answering your question because of the ripple effect?
Yeah, bro. Okay. He's trying to be like that Back to the Future president, taking over. You know what I mean?
And again, we gave you all the exclusive while the whole Trump incident was going down. And what did I say? Trump was going to win.
Yeah, I knew you was going to win. I was telling you.
I don't know
why. We said that during the thing. I said that he's going to win.
So
and then he came
this pod right now should be for the win. That's all it is. Because we've been winning.
Okay,
D2E's been winning. We've been dropping facts on folks.
You want me to get into that? Check this out. Look who he was against. Okay. All right. Well, like
Mrs. Lock 'em all up.
He has a point because first of all, as a black woman, as a Jamaican black woman, you never represent your country, meaning Jamaica, where you come from. You do not acknowledge your culture, and you expect to have the respect of the black people when there's about a good population of Jamaicans living in America.
Yeah,
so you're not going to get their vote. Then you've locked up over 200 or more innocent black men. So,
And,
how did you think you were gonna win the race because you were black?
and there's one more.
Nah,
There's,
girl, you,
there's,
you need to go back to school.
yeah,
You
but
need
there's,
to go back to
but,
school.
Shame.
yeah, but there's one more factor what people oversee too. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This is America, right?
This is America.
This is America, right?
This is
America.
America.
Okay, so
Shout out to Gambino.
here's the question here. I'm gonna ask you all, which is a fact. Was there ever a white woman as the president yet?
No,
Okay, so if that didn't happen yet, right?
they would not make a
What
black
the
woman.
hell do you expect that going to happen with her up in there? You crazy? This is America here, yo. First, that has to happen first
Yep,
before that ever will happen.
yep.
I don't want to act like I'm an Oprah fan, but
I'm being honest.
Oprah, if she was smart, she would have ran for president and won a long time ago. No, fact though. Just because of
I would not. I would.
hold
Well,
on. Didn't the celebrity, aka Donald Trump, win the first time?
yeah.
Yeah,
Ain't he a current president right now?
yeah.
Then nobody can really rebuttal where I'm going with my shit.
I will. The
Nobody
only
can
reason
rebuttal it. 'Cause
I-
here's the joke. I look at it like this.
I'm not an Oprah fan.
If I
that's why.
was a president prior and I helped the middle class evolve to say they got raises, then I'm cool. If the opposition that I'm going up against, this would be Kamala Harris, whose whole platform is built off of Donald Trump's platform.
Well, I concur.
Remember when Mr. fucking Trump was driving in the cart and they caught him? The news people brought the camera up and they're like, "How do you feel about a Kamala Harris? We heard you were like friends with her and shit." And he was like, "Yeah, she's a dummy. She's running on my old policy. She's running on my old policy. So like, who am I to diss her when it comes to the debates and all that other
listen
shit?"
Here, man.
That's
Listen
like,
here.
come on.
Listen here, man. Listen here. She never did the formula what he did. And the formula what he did, he took over television.
Well, yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry to say it is what it is.
All right, I agree with you there too.
You know what I mean? And so
I team agree with that.
it is what it is.
Yeah, I team agree with
You know what I mean? If you do a certain thing and he has the popularity.
Michael B.
vote.
Jordan for president.
He has the popularity vote. You know what I mean? Like, you want me to go deep in this?
Shimon Moore for president.
How do you think Ronald Reagan won? Ronald Reagan was an actor.
Yeah.
He was already known.
Media.
He was already known. You get what I'm saying?
Well, there
This
is a
is
Secret
America.
Service too. You
This
know?
is America here, eh? This is America. Remember this. I always bring it up. 98 speech on that not speech out that interview. It was in black and white. The man was talking, and Trump was talking, and he was a Democrat during that time. And he said, "I have to be a Republican before I become president." And the American people believe anything on TV. And from there, what did I see recently on WWE? Him beating up on McMahon and all of that.
The good old days of
He
wrestling with real
he was
storylines.
featured in a lot
Yeah.
of television shows.
He was on
Home
Trump was on
Alone.
WWE
Home Alone
a lot.
2.
He was a lot of television shows before he even started his own show.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So he did the formula. You get what I mean? He made sure he's well known so he could win that popularity vote. You get what I'm saying?
Team agree.
Regardless.
I agree.
Because when it comes to
Team agree.
politics, they're gonna be like, "Oh, that guy's name? Okay, who's the other person? No, vote them. You know, I'm gonna vote for that person, but I don't know that person.
Because I don't remember that.
I don't even remember what they do.
You
Shout
know,
out
like,
to
get what I'm
I
saying?
said earlier, Camilla,
I'm just being
Kamala,
real.
whatever her name is,
Kamala.
Chlamydia, bumba-
Kumula.
Look,
Yeah,
look. One more thing I'm gonna say
None,
about
yeah.
it. One more thing I'm gonna say
Yeah,
about
facts.
it. Before this, you said the first preliminaries with him, right?
Yeah.
When he was about to go against Mr. Bernie, right? He said, "Yo, it's better me support Miss Clinton. You know why? Because it's easier win. Not true? It's easier win. So he support her, make sure she win, so he could be against her. Not true? Right? So now this is like deja vu again.
Mhm.
So now, now I make this win easy again because I'm against this woman and she's black, and the other one never made it. You see, if she made it, it might sound fucked up. You see, if she made presidency, this one had a chance.
Yes, true.
I'm telling you that.
It's true.
You see how the world moves, kids. This is how the world moves. We not giving no bullshit. We are giving reality.
I'm just being a realist here,
Just
you
the
know,
fact.
because if
Just the
America's
fact.
seen that a white woman made it to presidency,
Yeah.
holy, that means there's a chance for another woman to do it,
Yep.
and then different ethnicities.
These will step up.
You mean if
You're
a
gonna
black,
see
you mean
Indian.
if
You're gonna
America,
see black. You're gonna
you mean,
see.
yeah, if you saw a black woman make up there, they say anybody could make it.
Yep. No. Him have a point.
Because you know why I'm
They done
saying.
with Obama.
No, all right.
After
I was
Obama, they
about
put
to.
Trump there.
I was about to get to this now. I was about to get. I was about to get to Obama now. Now that's expected. You know why? Now let me ask you this question here. Besides, okay, Obama, right? The bottom line is. Besides a white man, right? You know that for a fact, America was built on black, right? So, who do you think would have been a president besides a white man? Huh? No, I just want to know. I'd love to know this.
Mathematically, I don't want to look foolish, so I'm staying out of this conversation.
I don't know. The bottom line is the fact that the day would come, a black man would become president.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because a white man all the time been the president. Yeah. Right?
So if you really go back in history, there was already a black president before Obama.
Short period of time.
Wasn't recognized
Was
though.
No,
because
that's
it
what I
was
was about to say.
mulatto color. Like,
yes, because he was mulatto. But he was not recognized for being black.
The whole government
he
structure
looked more
is built
white.
off of blacks.
Yeah.
And do you guys remember who it is?
No.
Listen, we can't trust nothing. None of those photos can even be trusted, man. Like, goddamn, yo. Like, if we got to sit here and deal with going forward, I'm sorry. I need an interview with the director of the CIS.
I would have to go back and look at the name. But
I need some answers.
Yeah, he was mulatto, so that's why he was never recognized as being the first black. But it just goes to show, like you're saying, obviously one of these days we have to make him. And during the time that Obama came president, there's a lot of stigma against us black folks back then. So they had to do it. They never want to do it. They have to do it to smooth things over.
Look,
let's put somebody like them in power. Once they see somebody that looks like them, maybe they'll start smartening up.
So they can call us nigger to our face. Because there was so much long. The joke with them was, oh yeah, there'll never be a black president. That was the joke with them for the longest time.
They wanted that. That was the agenda.
The name was.
That was the agenda.
They
after
say
Bush.
John Hanson was the first black president of the United States.
Yes,
John Hanson.
John Hanson. That is correct.
And that's before they changed it to before the Constitution was actually written.
And yes.
Yes, before the Constitution was written. That's why he's not considered the first.
Yes.
I know. I did my history.
Yes.
I could read. I'm not a little way.
Stop this. Yes. And that's why he was not recognized, because he was mulatto and he still was part before the Constitution. And because after the Constitution was passed, they stated from you have a quarter black inside of you, you're considered black.
Well, I got a little thing here. John Hanson, who was black, was a former slave from Maryland who brought his freedom and moved it to Liberia in 1827. Liberia, then a West African colony, and being founded by freed American slaves a few years earlier. Throughout the early mid 1800 organizations like African Colonization Society encouraged formerly enslaved Americans to relocate there. Hanson went to become a senator in Liberia.
Yeah.
in Libya,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
right now,
with America
I think with in
colonization
certain countries
society.
in Africa right now, what they're doing in America, the African countries now are doing exactly to the Americans what they're doing to us. But so if you're American and you're in you're getting, please leave our country. Same way Trump wants them to leave America, please get out of our country too.
Yep.
We don't want you here no more.
So back to Mr. Traore. That's a good segue.
Wait, back
Give her
to the,
props.
Captain Africa.
Captain Op, yes, Captain Africa. Like the reason why he popped up on my radar almost 2 years, almost officially 2 years to it, is because when you do your search for information, and then somebody that you don't follow, someone, you know what I mean, like someone that's not in your radar gives you a gem of information. There's this little tribe, right, back on the homeland that was like, yo, we're not converting to Wagwan. We're not call it Egypt. It has its name. And those certain brother people motivated the mans them who slept with the woman who gave birth to like one of the badass fucking warriors. What's his name from Africa there? Tubuku or what? Whatever. But that guy is the guy who inspired this Traore guy. See? Because this dude, when I started my research on him, this guy was running around telling everybody his plan. And, there's going to be people who are skeptics, obviously. But he told them the plan anyway. He told the people who would have believed them or not believed them. And he told them. And then when shit hit the fan and the plan had to be organically brought to fruition, because he told everybody the plan, you just have to show what you just got to keep your word now, right? And go on and do your thing, right? Because if you're a rat, you're gonna rat, and if you're loyal to the cause, you're gonna stand loyal to the cause. Now, if I tell you my plan, and I know I told you my plan, and you're known to your city as a rat, it took him 4 years to get it going, and we only catching on to it only now. We're only catching on to it now. Like the people who are reporting about this guy right now, kudos to them. Keep it up. Be careful though, because you're on our watch list. Because Traore or Treo, I can't pronounce his name. I hate disrespecting people by not saying their name correctly. So Captain Op, any supporters of Captain Op out there, just be careful, because if you're gonna report the truth, you know who's not gonna like you.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. And
to
2 years ago, I was already on this guy. So like when you all catch up to where I am in information, you know what I mean? I'm not asking for no bread. I ain't asking for no kudos. Just D2E.
Yeah, people.
Don't know, man.
Remember
this
to
has been an
subscribe,
awesome episode.
support.
Still straight up goods, man.
Look out for next season.
You don't know,
Yeah.
people.
Coming in hot.
Well, yeah, man. Speaking of that, Shawn, we ending the season soon, right?
Yeah.
This is what?
Yes.
What?
Season 9. We still live.
What's that?
This
You mean
season
not
9.
the season, the episode? What episode is this?
Fuck.
No. We ending season 9, right?
Yeah, we ended season 9. Yeah.
Ending season 9. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Do a good
Season
big
10.
long recap of season 9. That'd be
Season
dope.
10. Yeah, man. We representing again. You know what I mean?
Representing again for season 10.
Yeah, man.
Subscribe,
That's it.
You don't know.
like, comment.
But yeah, man.
Down
Please
to
subscribe.
Network.
Yeah, man.
EQTV.
Thank you everybody for tuning in. You know what I mean? Straight up goods. Please subscribe to all the channels here. EQTV, Down to Earth Podcast, CMA
I see you,
TV.
Diaz. I see you, Diaz.
You don't know, people. Yeah,
Peter
man. But
Bones
we're
Lids.
gonna be ending it like this as always. You don't know, man.
Sis sauce, everybody.
This is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message. Nation. What?